If you think Mexico is dangerous because of the cartels, there's a good chance you don't actually understand how Mexico works. When people hear that I live here, the first reaction is almost always the same: cartels. Sometimes that's the entire conversation. From the outside, Mexico is often imagined as one of giant danger zone. Pickup trucks, armored men, and everyone constantly running from something. So let's set this right away. This video is not Mexico is perfectly safe, and it's not Mexico is a nightmare. This video is about reality, with map, with context, and without Hollywood logic. The biggest myth is that cartels are hunting regular people and tourists. In reality, cartels are organized criminal business. Not chaos, not street anarchy, business. And business hates attention, especially in places where money comes from tourism, foreign residents, and outside investment. If a city lives off tourism, the last thing it needs is random chaos that scares people away. So cartels are not about being afraid to leave your house. They are about specific zones, specific routes, and a completely different world that most people never enter. This is where most conversations fall apart. Mexico is a huge country. Talking about it as a one single place is like saying all Europe works the same way. On the map, the pattern is clear. There are states with a high risk level. Most of them are transit regions, border areas, places without a tourism-based economy. Yes, real problem exists there. And no, I wouldn't go there just to see. Danger in Mexico is not nationwide, it's regional. For example, Tamaulipas, a border state, major transit routes, almost no tourism. Michoacán, rural area, local conflicts, not a place for casual visitors. Guerrero, outside resort like Acapulco, the situation is unstable. Sinaloa, long history of cartel presence. A good example of how criminal activity doesn't automatically mean chaos on the streets, but still a complex region. Zacatecas, a transit state, often mentioned in violence statistic. Colima, small state, very high crime per capita. Guanajuato, industrial region, local criminal issues, not a touristic story. Now compare the tourist regions, Quintana Roo and Yucatan, resort cities. Different money, different priorities, different level of control. Saying Mexico is dangerous is like saying a country is dangerous and only show its worst possible areas. Playa del Carmen, Cancun, Tulum, these are not random cities. They are showcase. Tourism, service, and investment are the foundation here. Security isn't charity, it's infrastructure. That doesn't mean nothing happens here. This is not fantasy world. But it does mean that a regular person living a normal life, not looking for troubles at night, not mixing with the criminal circles, simply doesn't cross the path with that reality. In day-to-day life, living there feels calmer than what many people imagine from headlines. What's interesting is how often Mexico is discussed as if other countries don't have problems. Violence exists everywhere, risk exists everywhere. There are neighborhoods in almost every country that locals will tell you to avoid. But somehow Mexico often gets reduced to a single scary image. Meanwhile, real life looks very different. People work, take their kids to school, sit in traffic, complain about rent, argue about coffee, because everyday life and breaking news are not the same thing. I talked to many residents and they said, honestly, if you don't get involved in criminal activity, don't go looking for adventures, don't treat real life like a Netflix series, you are not the target audience. The loudest stories are almost tied to criminal conflicts or very specific situations that have nothing to do with normal daily life. Mexico isn't perfect, no country is. But it's also the not cartoon version of that reality what people imagine. What matters isn't myth or generalization, but specific place, specific neighborhoods, and specific lifestyle. The most dangerous myth is thinking that entire country works the same way. Reality is quieter than fear and far more complex. And like always, see you in a new place.